When we had ended HTML, we had kind of made a project that we used to, that was basically a website, multi-page website of a CV, and it had our projects, our work experiences, our education, reviews, and all of that. Now we are going to make this, and we are going to style this with CSS. So we'll have a proper nav bar, we'll have a hero section, and we'll have projects, workx, and all of that. We'll use grids and basically style it, right? So let's do that. What we are going to do is I'll go to my home HTML code, and the first thing that we will do is we will uh, declare our CSS links. All right, so this will be link relation to home.css. Sorry, this is relation style sheet, href home.css. All right, and we'll define home.css here, right? I'll split the views so that we can see both the codes. All right, and the first thing that we are going to do, yeah, is we are going to go element by element and start designing them, right? So if we go to our header section, right, our header section requires the name to be shown, the logo to be shown, and the links, right? And so what we are going to do is we are going to make a grid. All right, so our nav, I'll create a comment and say nav bar styling. All right, and our nav, or can we use a flex box, display flex, right? And I will just save it and see what we are getting. So we are getting this, all right, and obviously there is some issues with the alignment of it. All right, is there something let's say align items center and justify content center, just to see what it does. So it's aligning them correctly. All right, we ideally want to space them around, so instead of center we'll say space around. Okay, but instead of, so we want this name to be here and in a much bolder text, right? How about this? If I take this div class and I put it under this, and instead of the logo image we'll say logo section. All right, so it's doing so it's vertically aligning them because that's not flex. So we'll do this, we'll do dot logo section to be also display flex align items center justify content space around. So yeah, it's doing that. All right, so if I go and check my nav bar, it's doing this, what if we take the entire body of the HTML and reduce its size to width, let's say 70 view width. I'll keep relative. Okay. Display flex, align items, center, justify content, center. Oh no, this is completely breakage. So I don't need this. I'll go back to my original state. So I want this nav to be centered, right? I am probably getting a lot of margins because of nav and headers, right? So let's say this header should have padding 0, margin 0. First of all, if I make the body 70 view width, let's remove that. Let's first center it correctly. If I inspect it, so the header is this space, and the nav is also the space. This div is this space. Why is it getting okay, this is because of space around, right? Is there any other way to space them? What if I do a grid instead, and I say grid template columns, and I want no, then I have no idea about the space. I want the flex. Flex is okay. I don't want to do anything else. Okay, so this is what it is doing currently, right? It's putting them right now. Let's go to GPT and ask. I'll start a new chat. So I'll say I have a div with display flex. Oh, sorry, I have a nav with display flex, and I want to show the logo section at one end and all the links on the other end. What is the CSS? So I'm going to take help of GPT to understand. So okay, align items, display flex, space between, best and simplest. Okay, fine. Push links to the end with margin left, auto. Do I have? No, I don't have a wrapper. So nav a pushes this item all the following to the end. Okay, we'll first try doing justify content and see if it does the job. Space between. There was space between, right? Yeah. but I think that's what we had already, right? Oh, okay. So now it's done. What we are gonna do is we are going to define some variables, because what I want to do ideally is create some sort of idea for the of or like for the entire document in terms of text styling, right? So we'll go to fonts.google.com and we'll pick up some clean fonts that we can use. So I think we can use Playfair Display, or we'll use regular non-serif fonts. So I want something monospaced or not monospaced. Is there writing system? No, it's not it. Want something business like, yeah, correct. So if I look at business, there's Zalando, Nunito is also nice. Oh, I want something plain, yeah, correct. So for our headings, we can use still Verdana or something. Uh, and for everything else, we can use this. So get font, get embed code. Yeah, Unito Sans. So I will take this embed code and I'll put it in the fonts. I'll say fonts. I'll paste this here. I'll save this. And for our header, we are gonna try font family. Uh, Unito Sans, comma sans serif. I'm just testing it out if this works. So we are going to use this. Yeah, this works. So I'll create a variable with this. Control X. I am going to use root and I'm going to define Nunito. Oh, actually we'll use as primary header to be this value, and in our font family I will mention as primary header, right? So this should not change anything. Fine. We are going to see if we can make this bold. So I'm gonna say B Siddharthas. Yeah, works. I want to make the image a little bigger. So I know this has some inline CSS. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to use dot logo. Sorry, I want dot logo section image to have width of let's say 20%. Will that no let's say 50px height to be 50px as well. Let's see how that looks. Looks big, but could have a little big. 70px. Yeah, looks all right. I want the header logo section text to be font size to be at least 30px. 30px might be too big. We'll try 20px. Yeah. I want the links to be also 20px. So I will create dot logo links font size 20px. I need them to have some gaps. So padding left 5px, padding right 5px. I think not too much. Oh, because it's not taking logo links. It should take link, right? Yeah, now they are working. What I ideally want, they should not be highlighted. So color should be, let's say, black. All right. Text decoration none. So this should remove the underlines. So this removes the underlines. What we ideally also want is that all the links on hover have a color blue, background color sorry, they should have a purple. No, yeah, let's try blue only. Blue looks good, right? Color should be white, right? On hover, but it also means we need to define like we need to give them some border radius so they look good. Border radius 10px. So let's see how it looks. I'll reload this. Yeah, it looks okay, but they need some padding. Padding top 3px 5px. So let's just make padding 5px all, right? Let's just remove this Looks okay, but I need some transition as well. uh, Transition to uh, 0.5 seconds, ease out. We'll make it to 0.2 seconds. Yeah, looks all right. We can give them a little bit more margin actually. Margin, we need margin left. Margin left 5px, margin right 5px. Yeah, now looks clean enough for now. Now what we ideally want is that this div becomes big enough to cover the entire section. So what we'll do is we'll first highlight, we'll go to our hero section. We'll highlight it. So this is our hero section, right? We want our .hero section. We'll give it a background. We'll give it a light background color. Burly wood sounds nice. So burly wood looks like this right now. We ideally wanted to cover a lot more of the view height. So that's what we'll do. So we will give it a height of 80 view height. So yeah, now we have enough height to it. What we'll do is we'll give it a display flex and we'll say that it should have align items center, justify content center. So now it is keeping the text here, but it is like keeping them in one single line, and that's because we have h1 and p. Can we add a br and this fixes things? No, it doesn't. It takes br tag doesn't work with flex, right? So let's do this. We'll wrap them in two divs. Div, we'll take this, we'll put it here, and we'll give it a class hero heading, and we'll create another div here, and we'll take our p tag and put it here. Still doesn't change things really. Okay, it's not changing things because I have to mention a flex direction, right? Flex direction column. Yeah, now it works. Beautiful. Okay, so now our hero section looks how ideally we would want it. I just want to check where the divs are placed. So this div is placed here, this div is placed here. All right, okay. What if now for our hero heading we want it to use our Nuneto sense again, font family, variable primary header, okay, and font size should be at least 30 px. For our dot hero subheading, I want the same font family. No, let's do Verdana for the subfamily. Verdana. Font size should be 20 px, right? Looks okay, but oh, it's not using hero subheading because I've not defined. So div class equals hero subheading. We'll save this. Creating content while learning new things. Alright, so now I'll remove this background. So we have this front-end developer creating content, learning new things. We'll move it a little up. So to move it, I'll just see if our hero section can be reduced in size. So our hero section is covering 80 view width. Let's say we want it to be 60 view width. Yeah, this looks okay. Front-end developer creating content while learning new things. All right. Now we want all, let's say, all our projects on one side. All right. Then work experience in the middle and education on the right. So what we'll do is we'll go to our styling our projects, workx and education, right? Now I'll just check the CSS. In this CSS we have projects, workx and education as three different sections. We will give it a div because these need to be in one section. Let's call it the middle, right? And I'll take this div, I'll put it here right after this. Now what we can do is now we'll create a middle display is grid and I want grid template columns repeat of 3 1 fr. Alright, and just to differentiate I am going to say that my project section should have a background color of light blue. My dot work exp section should have a background color of light coral, and my dot education section should have a background color of light cyan, right? Education section did not get it, or it's not visible because it's light green. Yeah, now it's showing up. So we have these three sections, right? Ideally we want all three of them to be showing up as three columns. and that's not showing because I've misspelled display. Yeah, now it works. Perfect. Beautiful. So now we'll come to our project section. So I want the project's heading, right? So all the section headings should be in a certain font, right? So I'll go. One good thing that we have done is we have given the same class to all three of them. So we can say section heading font family to be our variable primary header. So now if I go here, okay, great, fantastic. Let's give them some gap. I want a gap of 10 px at least in between all of them. Great, fantastic. Now what I ideally want is that all these also appear horizontally, vertically. So I'll just check how we did that for hero section. So our section content had project links here, but we also have section content here, and they are appearing in one line because I don't have a BR. Let's say if we give BRs, does this do the job? If it does the job, no, nothing else like it. Does it? Okay, but we also want them evenly spaced, right? Can we do something like this? For all section content, first we want the display to be flex. We want the flex direction to be column. We want all the items to be I don't want to align them on the cross line. All right, section content, okay. I don't want any alignment on the cross axis or the main axis currently. I want the font family for all of them to change to Verdana. All right, let's try that. Okay, kind of there, kind of there, kind of there. um let's add some padding to all the sections here. Padding 10 px, margin, no, I don't need margins. I'll just copy this padding 10 px to all three. Hopefully does the job. Yeah, kind of. Now I want these as uh, more like buttons, right? Size as 24 px. Projects workx. All right. On the section content, size to be 22 px. All right. use these as buttons. We'll create them as buttons. So let's say if we go to link, where is dot link? I had somewhere dot link, right? Oh, these are project links, right? Sorry, dot project link to have margin left as 5px, margin right as 5px, margin top 5px, margin bottom 5px, and we say padding 10px all around. Okay, looking all right. Background color black, blue, color white, text decoration none, border radius 10px. Okay, and we need dot project link over um let's say I want it to be black and black actually. All right, and project link on hover should change to background color blue, right? Yeah, I need to add a transition in 2 second ease out. Did I do something wrong? Or it's transform transition. Yeah, right. We'll reduce its width as well. Project link width should not be more than 50%. Yeah, we'll remove the margin left as well. Yeah, looks okay. Now I'll remove this background color actually, just to have these here. Now in work experience, I want all the section content or dot experience h3s. So dot experience h3s should have a color of blue. So this looks like this. The links that are there, hash class equals profile link, and this also will give it a hash class of profile link. Save it. So profile links should have a padding of 5px, background color of black, text color should be white, and border radius should be 10px. profile link on over should turn to background color blue. Transition 0.2 seconds, ease out. Text decoration none. We also want width to be 50%. Got a semicolon here. So this also works. So I'll remove this section's background as well. Kind of done. Need some padding to the profile link. We did give it a, we need to give it 10px. Yeah, 10px. Yeah, visit my GitHub profile, visit my profile. In the education section, I am not sure if there is anything required. Yeah, I don't think anything is required in the education section at the moment, at least. So I'll remove it. So this is how it is looking currently. Alright, we are done 3/4 of the way. I want the reviews of my teachers. So review from my teachers. Uh, Section heading. Let's give it another class, review heading, and there is a reason for it. If I go here and I make a comment for review heading and I review heading text align center, save it. So reviews from our teachers. Now there are, I think, one, two, three reviews. I'm just thinking, is there a way that we can visually represent it nicely? So yeah, let's have one hero heading and then one hero review, and others will not be hero reviews. So let's just give them something. So these are section content testimonials, right? I need to wrap them in a div so that I can give them a slash div, shift alt F, and this div I'll call it review section. I'll save it. Now review section will be a display grid, and what's in my head is they will have two columns, display, sorry, grid template columns, two 1 FR. Alright, they will have a margin of margin left of 10%, margin right of 10%. Does that work? Let's see. It's giving them 10%, but I want to have auto. If I give them auto, how does it look? Doesn't work because it doesn't center them really. What does align content do? Align is a flex container. I don't want a flex. So I'll go to here. If I have a div with grid elements, how do I center them? Place content center. Place content center. What does this do? Does it work? I don't think so. Oh, it works. It works. Fantastic. Okay, now for all the testimonials, we'll have a black background color black, and we want to give them a color white. Well, for now we'll give them a transition, something that is 0.2 seconds ease out, and testimonial over background color will change to blue, right? Also, I want hash testimonial 1 to cover grid column start 1, go till grid column end 3, right? Now if I do this, yeah, I just need some gap of 10 px and border radius 20 px should be fine. No, sorry, border radius 20 px should apply to all the testimonials. And there should be a padding as well, padding of 10 px should be fine. Okay, looks all right. Can we have the entire section, this review section, to have a width of 60 view width. It does, but then it shifts it here, so I don't want that. Okay, if I inspect it, so review section is this one, which is all right. Just wanted to shrink it a little. What does grid area do? Determine a grid item size and location within the grid by contributing a line. Oh, this is a shorthand. I don't want this. So I'll go here. I'll ask it. I have a grid. It is center aligned with place content, but the entire grid covers a lot of width wise area. I want to reduce the width. When I do it with width property, it shifts the entire grid to the left. To keep the grid centered even after reducing, you have two options: display grid with 600px, margin 0 auto. Okay, we can try that. Width 60 view width, margin 0 auto. Let's try that. No harm in trying things. Oh yeah, fantastic. So yeah, our review section is also done, right? The footer, I'll just come to the footer and I will say dot footer text align center, font size 22px, font family var primary header. Yeah, all rights are reserved 2025. So we have efficiently placed things as they should be, and the UI is complete. And we used almost everything. We used flex, we used a grid, we used some animations through transitions, right? I don't think I want to do anything here anymore. But yeah, do let me know if you guys want to style it a lot more professionally. Maybe I will even try that. So something like adding more images, placing them here. So creating a more variable UI. But the whole point of trying this was, can I use the help of the internet and make a basic UI at least, right? With CSS. So yeah, see you in the next video. We'll try to create some component. I think for like 1 hour of dedicated CSS, I think we have done pretty well. So yeah, see you in the next video.